Hello, my name is Samuel Warwick. I have autism. The entertainment industry has been a huge part of my childhood. So, by being inspired to see other entertainment podcasters interviewing other people from television shows, I decided to do one myself. To know about some funny behind the scenes, bloopers, and some stuff that we probably didn't know about while they were making the certain type of show. This is Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. Let's go to the podcast now. All right, and we are recording now, and everything works good. All right, well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. I am, of course, your host, as always, Samuel Warwick, and here with me I have two other co-hosts with me. I have, of course, Martin Kreps,
Hi.
and, returning from us from a few episodes ago, we have, of course, Kiana Scott.
Hello.
How are you both doing today?
Doing good. Doing good.
I'm
Well,
excited to be here.
all right. Well, I'm glad you guys are excited too. First of all, I just want to just say we have made it over. Last episode was our 45th episode, and I know, and we're almost at 50. We just have a couple more to go until if people are willing to volunteer. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm really excited for what's going to be happening if when we reach 50. So hopefully we can reach 50 soon. But anyway, let's go into our guest for today because our guest today he's a popular voice actor. Now you've seen him in various cartoons. You heard his voice in various cartoons such as Transformers. He's in Transformers. He played Optimus Prime in there, and of course we know him for like Sonic. We came for Dr. Robotnik as Sonic, so if you
Mm-hmm.
guys remember, he was in Sonic Underground, and then the two Sonic series before that, '93. So that yeah, it's been a long time since he's done all that, but there you go. But yeah, and he's
Mm-hmm.
also and I didn't remind this till recently, but somebody mentioned that he was also Mungus the Giant, which is really cool which is really cool. I used to watch Dragon Tales a lot too. I don't know if you've heard of it, Keanu, or not,
Yes.
but Dragon Tales is a really
Yeah.
good show. And
Yes.
Mungus? You
also,
know Mungus? That's so strange.
oh my god,
I love
okay.
Mungus. He was a great character.
And
Love
last
making
but not
pies.
least, yeah. And last but not least, he also played various characters on 321 Penguins, such as Saul, Bert. Of course, they pitched his voice for Bert, and he played a few of the off characters and a few of the off characters that they did like just one off characters, and then he played some of the henchmen, I presume, in there,
And
and
which so
and he most importantly he's known for probably if people in penguins if you ever watched Cubo during its time, you probably know him as Baron von Cavendish of
Mhm.
321 Penguins, the Baron von Cavendish, of course. So yeah, without any dilly dally and just wrong thing that we talked about, we're gonna go ahead and say, of course, we have Gary Chalk with us today for this interview. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm having a great old time. I'm just sitting here on this glorious morning looking out at the ocean and
Oh, cool.
just enjoying the day. It's cooled off quite considerably because it's now almost the fall. And so I've just been basically I don't know. I'm recovering. I'm just getting all better, and everything's cool, and getting back
Mhm.
into the swing of things, getting back to work again, and that's great.
That's
Mhm.
very interesting. So first of all, on my show, I'd tell people maybe a little bit about themselves and maybe their origin story of how they got into the business and such like that. So why don't you introduce yourself and if you want to continue into the what got you into the business, go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've always been a performer of sorts, or a wannabe performer anyway. Starting when I was just a kid, doing school plays and stuff, and then in high school doing musicals, and then went to college. I wanted to be an English teacher and an anthropologist. That was my big major. I just loved anthropology, especially cultural anthropology. And but in my English class, I was sent to do an assignment of critiquing a play. So I went down to this theater called Studio 58, which was the college theater, and they were doing a production of Mice and Men. And I was watching it. As I was watching it, I was completely blown away by how good the performers were, and the production values, the sets, and everything. I just went, "This is what I want to do," because I've always felt like a bit of an oddball. I've done a lot of different things. I've worked in the stock market, worked in restaurants, did all kinds of different jobs, social work, did all that. But I've always felt like a square peg in a round hole, and just didn't quite fit. And so I went and applied for this theater class at college, and it was a program, a couple of years. And I auditioned. I was nervous as hell. Did all the things, and the head of the department, an old English guy, turns around and goes, "Well, you got some talent, not much, but some." Oh, all right. Well, we'll see you. I said, "Oops, I wrecked it. I didn't." And then I got a call saying I was accepted into the school, and I didn't realize that they only take 15 students every semester, and they're from everywhere. Now they're from all over the world who come into the classes. But yeah, so it's a pretty well-renowned school. Anyway, so I did that, and when I finished, I actually got my first paying job before I finished school, and it was a school project called Jacques Brel, and it was so popular they held it over, and because our school finished, we had to get paid. so we did that, and did a lot of theater, did children's theater across the country, and then I think my first cartoon was a thing called Hiawatha, which for Kenner Classics.
Hiawatha.
That was back in the early 80s, I think in 1983, if I'm not mistaken. And it was at Atkinson Film Arts, which is a studio in Ottawa in Canada. And they did things like Fritz the Cat and Heavy Metal 2000 and things like that there. And so I went there and auditioned. I'd never auditioned for anything, but they said do this. So I ended up getting several characters, including the title character of Hiawatha, of which you can see a segment of it on YouTube. Just look up Hiawatha 1983. And you can see it. It's my very first cartoon. It's pretty fun.
I know that there was a steam engine called after that name, but I don't think I've heard of the show. I'm sure that
it's a pretty good show, and well, as you can tell, it's a very old cartoon. So anyway, so then that's how my cartoon career got started, and I also did a lot of commercial voiceover. Remember last year when you said it wouldn't happen again, running around.
All those things,
That's retail and all that stuff. Did that. And my first cartoon here in Vancouver was Barbie and the Rockers. That was the first animated of Barbie. And then after that, it's kind of all a blur. I did so many different shows, Kissy Fur and Captain Nintendo and He-Man. And
oh my gosh, Captain Nintendo, yes.
Wow.
Remember Captain Nintendo?
Yeah. They used.
I played the character of King Hippo. I was the guy who goes.
Oh yeah. I remember.
with eggplant lizard. I didn't do it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My balls.
Oh yeah.
Mega
That's
Brain's gonna
interesting.
kill us.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. I remember I've seen Captain Nintendo because I remember that they would play like certain shows like during the it would be like a blog and they like played certain shows like sometimes it would play like Zelda or Mario or
Yeah.
that's how I think that yeah
Well,
that
Captain Nintendo was a great show. The
yeah
character of
I'm sure
Eggplant was played by a guy named Mike Donovan,
yes I've
who
heard of
became
him.
he became a pretty prolific
Hmm.
animation director.
I've heard of
He
him.
directed, I think, 1, 2, 3 Penguins
Yep, 3, 2. Yes, I've heard of
or
Michael
Penguins 1, 2,
Donovan.
3. Yeah,
Yes, I've
or
heard
3,
of
2,
Michael
1. I
Donovan.
can't remember.
Yes.
1, 2, 3,
No,
3.
but yeah,
One of those.
yeah,
It was
yeah. I've
Penguin.
heard of Michael. I've heard of
Yeah,
that dude. Yeah,
yeah. He's
Michael
been
Donovan
around
sounds cool.
for forever. So, and after that, I just started doing more and more shows, and there became He-Man, and then G.I. Joe, and then what was the heck of it? Beanie and Cecil, uh, Kissy Fur, uh, Salty's Lighthouse.
Oh, I've heard of that. Salty's Lighthouse. Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't seen. I haven't
Oh,
seen.
yeah.
I've seen some episodes, and I also do know that they did. It was also the U.S. episode, U.S. dub episode. They dubbed Tugs over it. There was a UK
yeah,
show Tugs. Yeah, that yeah they dubbed over it,
yeah.
which I find pretty cool. I've seen Tugs too. Tugs is it was one of the people that actually created another one of my all time favorite shows, Thomas the Tank Engine, which is one of my
Oh
all
yeah,
time favorite
Thomas the
shows.
Tank. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and the music was done by the exact same people who did it, and so that's how I
Yeah,
know it
it's cool.
Tugs.
But brings us to
Mhm.
Sonic.
Hmm.
Now, Sonic, I first auditioned for Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, and I used to have a hedgehog live in my backyard. In England, we have hedgehogs, and there was one that lived in my backyard in England, in Southampton. And I remember seeing this little ball of spikes. It was quite
Oh
cute.
wow.
Yeah, like a live one, like a real one. But they're quite common. And anyway, so I auditioned for this cartoon of Sonic the Hedgehog, but there were only some parts because some parts were done by people in Los Angeles
Yes.
and some parts here in Vancouver. And so I originally read for the part of this character called Scratch,
Wait, I
who
think
is
I've
the
heard of this too.
robot rooster, and Dr. Robotnik and different characters. But I got cast as Scratch, and my friend Phil got cast as Grounder, and John Baldry was Dr. Robotnik. So we did several shows, and then the
Yeah.
producers came back and says, "We hate the voices.
Oh, I
Come
think
up
I
with
heard about this.
come up with something
Oh.
brilliant, or you're fired." And I said, when? Now. And
Oh
so
gosh.
we
Oh
tried all these
no.
God.
different things. We tried Mutt and Jeff, Abbott Costello, Laurel and Hardy. We tried all these different characters. And they're going, nope, it's not working. It's not working. And I said to Phil, because we were like really nervous now.
Oh boy.
And I said to Phil, look at, okay, I'll play Grounder and you play Scratch. And he goes, okay, we'll try that. So he goes, bah! I'm Scratch. And so he became the and I said, yeah, I'm not stupid. I just lost my head for a moment. I don't know what it's going to do, but I don't think it's going to be very nice. And they said, okay. And they came back and said, we love it. And so I came back and
Nice.
did Grounder, and then so we had to re-record 6 shows
Oh my goodness.
because they switched
Oh,
voices.
wow.
And I used to do John Baldry's scratch track because a lot of time, he was a big rock and roll star, Long John Baldry, and so he was touring all over Europe and that.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't get him in the studio all the time, so I would just scratch track his part, and he come to record it later. So I always knew what Long John Baldry sounded like because we used to work together all the time. And he was a wonderful character. I'd drive him in my car and go, "Oh dear, too fast, too fast." I'm going 30 miles an hour. He says, "Yes, I know, it's too fast." Anyway, so so I would do his track, and then it got to the point where he couldn't record the show anymore, and so they needed someone to replace him, and they said, "Well, why don't you do it? Because you've been doing his voice all this time, and you do a very good version of him." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I became Dr. Robotnik and did the voice of the, "Scratch Scrouter, bring me my sonic perambulator. We must get off." And so that's what I did, and did the follow-up series, and the rest is history. And it was a lot of fun because most of the time it was in the studio. It would be Phil Hayes, myself, and I think Ian Corlett was in there once in a while because the rest of them were in Los Angeles.
Yeah, like Jim Cummings and J.L. White.
Yeah, and Jaleel.
Yeah, Jaleel. Did you ever meet Jaleel at all, or no?
No, never met him, not once.
That's it. I mean, that makes sense. Like, sometimes, like when I was younger, I always used to thought that, maybe that they all met each other, but now I'm like, that's not the case. So
yeah,
that's okay. I mean, that's okay though. I mean,
it was okay. It's fine.
I mean, we learn this as we get older.
It as well, and
yeah.
I think she played Tails. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't know who. I can't think on the top of my head who did that first voice of Tails. Oh my goodness.
Stevie Valance also played.
Okay, Stevie. Yeah, it was Stevie. I don't know what that dude's name is, but and you don't want to know what I also like about it is it's the fact that they got somebody African American to really have a star be a star show because Jaleel he was not only was he doing Sonic but he was doing Family Matters as well, so
yeah.
So yeah, it was nice that they put some African American culture in that as well. I like that.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
No, I thought it was very cool. That I actually did the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did. You were that command. You were like one of the chiefs.
The generals.
Movie. Yeah, in the Sonic movie from 2020. Oh my goodness, I do.
They brought me in for a lark.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. I mean, that's wild. That's wild that they were able to do that. I mean, and did anybody that that you worked with did any of them know you were in the show, or did they know you were in the show?
Oh yeah. The director knew, and I had several cast members who I'd worked with around that table who all knew that I was also in the cartoon series.
Wow, like Sonic Underground.
Wow.
Yeah, Sonic Underground's great. Oh my god, I'm trying to think of an episode, and this one kind of stands out. I was watching one with Brian Drummond's character Knuckles. I was watching that one. I mean, I've seen quite a bit of Sonic Underground, but sometimes I play more of the Sonic games than the show. I mean, because that kind of makes sense,
Well, not quite prolific, I quite liked him. I quite like Brian Drummond.
Yeah, Brian Drummond's great. I mean, hey, I'm sure. You know what? I'm sure we can probably have him on here if we can find him at all. I'm sure we can probably. Yeah, and I'm trying to think what else. Okay. Oh my God, I can't think of the question, but I can just go on ahead and move on to the next question. So, how is it like? We're going like probably 15 years down the line now, 14 to 15 years down the line. How is it like voicing, of course, for what we just talked about earlier, 3-2-1 Penguins? How was it like doing that and playing all those characters?
3-2-1 Penguins was quite fun because what they do is when the little hamster came out of the robot, he had a little tiny voice like this.
Yeah.
You're all destroyed. What are we gonna do? We gotta take over the world.
Yeah.
But my voice still
Yeah.
wasn't high enough, so they made it a little higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Made a little tiny voice like this.
Yeah, I remember that. And actually in the very first in the very first few movies that they did, I call the directed DVDs pilots. In the very first 6 DVDs that they did, I don't know if you were aware that they did 6 DVDs before you came on, but like they didn't have a villain. They didn't have a villain. They just went around like the first six they were like okay they were so before you guys came along it was done by Americans, and then once it
Yeah.
moved to once it moved to Canada they had you guys. So
Well, what happened was, if you want to know,
Mhm.
what happened was they first recorded it, I believe, in Nashville,
oh yeah, I think I heard about this.
TBN,
Oh yeah.
and it took forever to record the shows, and then they came to Vancouver, and we'd bang off a show in a couple of hours, and they were completely blown away by how fast and how good our cast members were, because the ones in Nashville were very I mean, they were good and everything, but it took a long time to record the shows, whereas here just
Yeah.
we recorded them very quickly, and they were very impressed and amazed that we could record those shows so quickly. But yeah, I remember all of the with wasn't there a robot toy in there or some kind of a that took them into different time zone? Oh no, that was Superbook. I did a show called Superbook. Remember, that was the one I'm thinking of, not this one. Remember Superbook?
I've heard of Superbook. Yeah, I've heard of
You want a Super Bowl?
No, was I in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, mind blown.
Yeah,
Lots of
I've heard-
episodes of Superbook.
Yeah, but I was trying to say about 321 Penguins. I do know that I think the first 6 episodes, like the directed DVDs, they were done in I believe Illinois or something, but they were done right
One of those
here.
places. I
Yeah,
thought it
I
was
think yeah, and I
but
know
it took forever.
yeah, and
But
I've noticed that the original voice of Dr. Fidgel, Paige Hearn, the original voice, yeah, he passed actually during that time when y'all were doing it. So
yeah.
that's kind of I was like, wow. And then there was another person in the crew that passed away, like did 321 Penguins with you guys that passed away, and he actually just
Oh.
passed away recently. Dale Wilson, he was Emerald Strap.
You know that Dale was one of my very best friends.
Mm.
We've been friends since 1978.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
I was so upset because week before last we had his memorial on the island on Nanaimo at Ladysmith,
Wow.
and I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't get a reservation on the ferry. I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and went straight to the ferry. The first ferry sold out. Second ferry sold out. Third ferry sold out. And then the next ferry available was at 2:15 in the afternoon, and I'd been there since 6 in the morning, and the memorial started at 1 o'clock. So if I'd have went, I'd have missed everything. So I couldn't go, so I had to go on like this on Zoom and talk to the people at the memorial. It was a great gathering because Dale and I we first met in 1978, and he was the man from Glad and Captain Highliner, and who else did he do? He did a lot of commercials, Irish Spring, and that, and then we worked together on a lot of TV shows like Outer Limits and different cartoons, and he was the first one who sort of welcomed me into the community because I had just graduated from theater school, and I'm kind of a new guy on the block, and here he is, this old veteran, but he was so great. We met in this little restaurant called Gladys. It was a breakfast place where a bunch of us used to hang out, and he was very helpful. He was like a real mentor to me. So
Wow.
yeah, so it
Mhm.
was very disappointing that I couldn't be there for him, but I
Yeah.
did talk to him quite a bit in his last days, and yeah, because he was very ill.
My gosh.
But there you
Yeah.
go. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but
Oh no,
yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. We've had quite a bit of people that have passed that from this industry that have passed on over the last, and we've lost a lot of good people.
oh yeah,
When I gosh, one of I think earlier this year, and I actually found out that he actually passed away around the time I found out that another television mentor of mine, Britt Offcroft, which I've never met. Yeah,
which one?
actually, her name was Britt Offcroft. She was the TV series creator of Thomas, and she passed away around
Oh
that
boy,
time too. And I was like, what? Oh my word. I was like, what? How did that happen? And then I found
it
out,
happened.
yeah,
It
Exactly.
almost happened to me in December,
yeah. And then I
but
found out, yeah, and then I found out later on, and this is a younger actress that so you probably wouldn't know who she was, but she did a lot of things for Nickelodeon and she all that. But her name was Michelle Trachtenberg, and
oh
she,
yeah, I know who that is, but
yeah,
she's way
yeah,
quite young.
yeah, she died. Yeah, she died too. And I'm like, what? How did that happen? That was another person I looked up to when I watched
Yeah,
on television. My God, she was just that girl was funny. I gotta say, that girl really has some. But
Yes.
yeah,
yeah,
and honestly, this year earlier when I saw Britt when I heard that Britt Offcroft, I was gonna do a dedication this year to
uh-huh.
everybody who has passed to all the people who had passed away that have worked on Thomas. But now I feel like I just am like, well, we've had too many people this year that have moved on within between 2024 and earlier this year. So I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, we need to
that's what
just
happens. We get old.
yeah. But
We get
Yeah.
old.
before we move on to any more topics, why don't we go ahead and just do this moment of silence? I normally do this before because so we can get everything out the way. But we're gonna go on ahead and take a couple of moments of silence. You all can say a prayer. You can do whatever you need to do. But I'll go on ahead and I will start the time and I will tell you when we are done with it. So let's start the time. Thank you. We will now go on
We're
ahead
now going ahead
and continue. I'm sorry for that little echo there, but but we'll go on ahead and continue
Good.
with with our interviews and yeah, we'll go ahead and continue. So going on, do you have a favorite character from the show that 321 Penguins that you really enjoyed?
For which show?
321 Penguins.
Oh, 321 Penguins. I loved. I love my character. I thought it was hilarious because when he was big and tough and strong and evil when he was in his robot, and this
Yeah,
little tiny light comes on, I thought that's pretty hilarious.
yeah,
I also like the was it the who else was in there flying in the ship? There's henchmen. They were quite
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Didn't you play both of them too? I think
Yeah,
you did. Yeah, I think you did because that sounded just like you. And I'm like, oh. And then you also played the old guy,
Yeah.
Soul, which ran the Comet Lounge. You also played him,
yeah.
which I really liked. And I think you played I think you played a cowboy dude in there too.
Well, that was you're good. It's a good thing I'm not senile yet because I have pretty good recall. But you got to remember that some of these things that you're talking about took place. I mean, we're like over 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, you're like 10
I'm
years.
trying to remember it, and at that time I had a lot of different shows going, so trying to keep
Yeah,
them all in my head. I mean, I used to have to carry. I remember when I was younger, I used to have to carry a tape recorder around to keep track of all the voices that I used to do in the
oh my
different shows,
Hmm.
goodness.
so I'd remember what they sound like.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of it, and I was watching a little bit of it. I watched at least two. last night to get ready for this. I watched at least two, and that was being 12 Angry Hands, and then there was another person that you played. You played like another dog prince. It was
Dog
like,
Star.
yeah, it was like a dog prince or whatever. Not in Dog Star,
No, it
but it
was
was
called Dog Star.
okay. That was the name. That was the name of the character.
Yes, Dog Star. This is where I got this my jelly and cheese bomb.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
surprised.
never
Yeah,
forget that. It was such
yeah,
a long time
yeah,
ago,
yeah,
and that was with Bucky O'Hare.
and he would he would put like these cats, like these caterpillar cats, in like a kennel, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh, that's sad. But then
yeah,
you want to know what's really cool? The fact you kind of sort of played Michelle in this when it was in the suit. I like that one as well.
yeah.
Like it was
Oh, I
like in
played.
12.
I've actually played a dog on a live action movie.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, I did this movie called. What was it called? Cats and Dogs 3.
no
oh,
way!
oh
No
yeah,
You know that movie,
way!
Cats and Dogs?
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Well,
Yeah,
anyway.
We've seen
I
it.
was the Labrador, the Golden Lab.
Oh
Oh,
man!
Careful, you
oh,
guys! Careful, you guys! They're staking us out. We've got to get out of there fast. It looks like a trap. That
oh
was
my
me.
goodness. Okay, okay,
I
and actually,
recorded that in my living room.
yeah, and actually here I actually do. This is only the first complete season of the show. This isn't the whole series,
What
but
show?
this
I
is
can't see.
it's 3, 2, 1 Penguins right here.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is only the first season, so yeah.
Yeah.
And I will be honest, for a while I kind of preferred it better than VeggieTales for a little bit. Just saying. That's when I was younger because penguins in a rocket ship. That sounds dope. That sounds
Yeah.
cool. But talking vegetables.
I don't know.
Talking vegetables. Eh,
In my opinion, I liked it, but
but I
three,
still
two, one
liked it.
penguins.
I still like VeggieTales. Don't get me wrong. VeggieTales is
You
great.
know, 3, 2, 1 penguins. I remember coming home like when I was in Sunday school at church. They would literally put on 3, 2, 1 penguins in
Yeah,
our Sunday school class. So I remember
yeah.
that
Well, yeah,
So.
because there was always the big moral lesson at the end,
Mhm.
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
The end of the
And I'm
show.
not I'm not really highly Christian, but one of these episodes, I watched yesterday. I was rewatching yesterday to recap. Actually yesterday, it's funny that yesterday, this is something I was dealing with a little bit of a neighbor yesterday, and
Hmm.
she, I don't know, she was a little bit upset at us because I don't know what's going on, but there was something about something was in her property, and like, but the thing is, I'm saying is you shouldn't accuse somebody. That episode 12 Angry Hens really showed us not to accuse somebody before you actually listen. You need to listen
Yeah.
instead of just jump into conclusion and think that
Yeah.
and I can take that back a little
Exactly.
bit. I can take that back. You just
Yeah.
you need to understand that just because something isn't just because something might be on your property or something, there might be a good reason for it. There might be something, maybe that's something that the homeowners had no control of or didn't realize.
Yeah. Come
So
back on track now.
let's try to just come back and let's try to think. Yeah, I was coming back on track, Gary. Don't worry.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, we'll take a break from 3, 2, 1 Penguin for a bit. How you mentioned, let's see, Superbook. So how was that?
Oh, Superbook. That was great. I played Nebuchadnezzar in it, and I played. Oh, who else did I play in that? I played some different characters in that book. Andrew Cavadas played Jesus, I think,
Oh yeah.
Wow.
and Donovan was the narrator. And Kathleen Barr. I'm trying to remember all the people that were in it, but yeah, I did the story about the Gardens of Babylon and some others. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember all the shows. Again, that was another thing. It was a long time ago. I can't remember it anymore. I mean, I can remember the shows and
Mhm.
the characters because I've actually seen some. The animation is really quite good on them. the CGI. It's a CGI kind of animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. They were pretty good, and I like that. That's about all I can remember. I'm just trying to remember the stories, the chapters of the Bible that I was in, and I just can't remember them all. I'm sorry to say.
That's
That's
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, hey, as long as you know as much as you can, that's
Yeah, I
better.
know it was a wonderful experience, and the kids were great. My friend Kathy Westlock played the little robot that takes him back in time.
Oh, no
Oh,
way.
Wow.
You know, she
yeah.
just goes, "Oh, we're gonna go over here. Oh, don't go over there. Oh, wait a minute, just a second." Yeah, that character. Yeah, she
I remember the robot. His name was Gizmo.
Yeah,
Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
one.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
true.
she played Gizmo,
Okay.
and they go back in time to these different places, and
Mm.
oh yeah, that's that. No, that I'm having a flashback. Moses, or not Moses. Noah and the Ark. That was the other one that I can remember.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Martin, you had a question? Go ahead, ask it. Go ahead, ask it.
Yes, yes,
Love the
yes.
Laser Light Show, by the way.
hmm So, I honestly want to talk more about, like, Dragon Tales. Like, what was it like voicing Mungus the Giant?
Mungus the Giant. I actually loved Mungus the Giant.
Yeah.
Because you used to get all those, what are you going to do? I can't remember the name of the berries. Mungleberries, bungleberries.
Dingleberry,
To,
maybe,
to
I
make
don't know. I'm trying to
the,
think.
making the
Yeah.
pie. To love the pie. And he was just a delightful character because he was there with the dragon with two heads, played by Kathleen Barr. And
Mhm.
my character got voted as one of the more likable characters on the show.
Yes.
Because Mungus, they really loved Mungus on PBS. I guess it was on PBS.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was PBS.
yeah. And
Yep.
I always remember the voice. He was such a great character. You always got into, ooh, we better, yeah. No, not yet. Yeah, I remember. And again, that's another one, long time ago.
Yeah.
But they still air them, and they're still around somewhere. But
Yeah, I
I
think
love
they're on YouTube.
Dragon Tales was just a great show.
Yeah, they were on
hmm
YouTube. I remember watching one where like he had an itch, like he had a rash behind him, and they had to clear a rash off of him.
Yeah,
Which, I
hmm
mean, that's not that was a pretty good episode. I mean, that was actually I think that was one of the last episodes too that they did that y'all did.
yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
Dragon Tales was a good show. It was very popular.
yeah. Did you?
Um,
Quite like.
Yes, definitely.
I have one show on that's on right now that I just finished recording last year.
Okay.
okay.
I think it was last year. Yeah, and it only airs in Europe, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, UK. It's translated 21 languages.
Mm,
It's called Monster Loving Maniacs.
Ooh.
Oh,
hmm.
And it hasn't aired in the
me
US
too.
or Canada yet, but you can watch episodes on YouTube
Okay.
for Monster Loving Maniacs. And what's quite funny about the show is I have two grandchildren. I have a grandson who's 4 and a granddaughter who's about to turn 7. And
Oh.
they
Yeah.
they didn't know that I do cartoon voices for a living.
Hmm.
That's what I do. Well, I do a lot of other things, but
Yeah.
anyway, I said, "Hey, you want to see my new show? It's on YouTube." And so they said, "Okay." And what the little guy, he goes, "YouTube, YouTube," and I went, "Yes, he just loves YouTube because it's got Pee Wee's Playhouse and all that."
Oh my
And
goodness. Pee Wee, I remember that.
So I showed him an episode
Yeah.
of our cartoon on the big screen on our TV. Well, 6 episodes later, they're still, and they have not moved. And they're just loving the show. They love the show. And I said, she the older one, Naya, she goes, "That's you, Grandpa." And I said, yes, it is. You're on their show. And I said, yes, I am.
Wow.
Holy cow. And then I start watching it. And then the little one, who's 4, he goes, "Yeah, it's Grandpa. It's Grandpa." And I went, "Yeah." So that's what I do for a living. He said, "No way." It just freaks them out. They could not make a connection between some of the cartoons that they watch and the ones that I'm in. Like I'm in this one called Chip and Potato, a cartoon about pugs. So pugalicious. But different shows like that. And so if you ever want to watch a pretty funny cartoon, is this one. And the reason why it's so popular is because parents can watch it with their kids and get as much enjoyment out of it as the kids do.
Yeah.
And it's the 4-year-old, he didn't care whether he goes, "Monsters?" As soon as he heard monsters, he would, "Oh, I'm in." "Monsters?" "Yes, I'm in." But yeah, so they love the show. So, and basically, I don't know how many. I've done a few thousand cartoons, like a few thousand episodes of cartoons over the years, and at least that many.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes hard to keep track of them all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you? Are you? Do you plan to show them maybe 3-2-1 Penguins? Because it is on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I've seen it on YouTube. It's quite
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I sometimes have to reference it
Yeah. Maybe
for.
you think that's something you'll show your grandkids? Because your grandkids could learn something
Oh
from
yeah,
it.
no, they would quite like it.
Yeah.
They'll probably watch that. I'll point it out to them because that's another character that they would get a kick out of.
Yeah.
But we'll see. See what they say.
Go ahead, Kiana.
I have a question going back to Superbook. I just have a question. Of all the characters you voiced on that show, which was your favorite episode to voice on that show?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was Nebuchadnezzar. That's the one that sticks out in my mind.
That one was my favorite. Like, I was wondering who played Nebuchadnezzar. Knowing it was you, that's amazing. It was very well done.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was good because he was going through this crisis of faith and crisis, I can do anything in the world and I'm not happy. And I remember that. It was one thing that sort of stuck in my head with that show. And it was very good. I liked it. I banged my head yesterday.
Oh, ouch.
Working in the garden, of all things. And my son-in-law had pruned some branches off of this tree. And I was bending down to pick a solution. I hit my head on one of those pruned branches. And
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, well,
I'm still alive. There
Yeah.
you go.
I mean,
You can't
hey,
beat me.
well, we have something in common. We both had a little bit of rough days, but yesterday. But hey, but let's try to get back on track though, because I actually thought about thinking about 3-2-1 Penguins a bit, and I was thinking, if they, what would be really cool. I was kind of sad when, when I found out that the Big House episode they're going through Jason and Michelle's house. That was actually the last episode. I don't know if that's the last episode you guys recorded for.
No, that was the last episode.
Oh, so that was the last episode you guys recorded for as well.
Yeah, we hadn't recorded. We hadn't recorded anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
They absolutely love what we did with the show.
Yeah.
What the cast and the production house did with the show. They were very happy with it.
Yeah.
And, oh, what happened? The studio where we recorded closed down. That was one of the things closed
Oh.
down.
Is that why
But
it ended? Is that why it ended, or?
no, it ended before that
Yeah.
because we recorded other things in there. But I really wanted the show to carry on because it was such a
Mhm.
fun show to work on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, I think it might have ended due to maybe but another thing but budget, because you probably have heard the creator of Big Idea, Phil Vischer, had some money issues and all that. So I think
Yeah,
maybe that's why
Yeah.
they wanted to
that
maybe
always
do it.
happens.
Maybe I don't know, but if they do,
That
but if they
CBS
do,
as well,
yeah,
I think.
if they do come back with 321 Penguins, I would love for them to have a reboot, and like a little bit, time goes a little bit by. Jason and Michelle are a little bit older,
Yeah,
and because if they just restarted back where they came back, like I told my friend this, if they restarted just where they came back, like within a few days, like saying, or a week or so, saying going by, like if Jason and
yeah,
Michelle were still in their kid format, and it wouldn't have been much of an adventure, it would just been like,
yeah. That would happen. That would be
yeah.
good.
So yeah, just make Jason and Michelle a little bit older, and then maybe they have children, but you know,
Well, I've listened to my voice over the years, like that first cartoon in 1983, and I certainly sounded a lot younger than I do now.
yeah.
But I think I've sounded basically the same for years. Funny story. I don't know if you ever heard of a cartoon named Baby Huey.
Baby
No, never heard of it.
Oh,
It was
oh, I've heard of Baby Huey.
a very large duck, baby duck, who was
Yes.
not that
Oh,
bright.
oh, I think I've heard
He's
of
always
that.
going, "Oh, what do you want to do? What
Oh,
do you
I
want
think
to
I've
do?"
heard of that.
And yeah, it was a I can't remember. I'd have to research. Hang on a second.
Yeah, it's
But
okay.
they did a revival of the show,
Mhm. Yeah, of course.
and that was let me see. I just have to do a quick. Sometimes that's the beauty of Google. You get a quick,
That's okay.
but
Mm-hmm.
no, maybe. I said Google and spelt out Google. What an idiot! There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. This was the character you can see on there.
Oh,
Oh,
oh. I think I've
Oh,
seen that character. Yeah, I think I know
sure,
him.
looks
yeah, I know him.
familiar.
I know him.
And
Yeah.
that was back in that cartoon was first made back in the 50s,
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
and it
Yeah.
was revived.
It
And
was it was released around the same time as like Woody Woodpecker and Mighty Mouse.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Woody Woodpecker. But the guy who played Baby Huey back then, we did a revival of the cartoon, and I met him in the studio, and he played Baby Huey again. He was
Hmm.
like almost 90, and he
Wow.
sounded
Wow.
exactly the same
Whoa.
as the Baby Huey from back in the 50s.
Wow.
That's cool.
It was quite a moment in my cartoon life. It was meeting him because I always loved those cartoons back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there I am doing that cartoon with the guy who played Baby Huey in
Yeah,
the
that's
studio.
cool. Just
Cool.
like,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like now we watched a lot of these cartoons back then. Now we're interviewing people from the industry now. This is, like I never thought I would have a day that I would do this, but now, now I have it now. It's kind of sort of a little bit of a dream come true, knowing
Yeah.
about pop culture and how it, over the
Yeah.
years.
Hmm.
But
It's always a treat,
all right.
to
All
meet
right.
some of the people that you've admired, and then
Mhm.
you actually get to work with them. And
Mhm.
I've had that
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
My
Absolutely.
favorite was spending 3 months with Farrell Fawcett. You never heard of her, I don't think.
No,
Farrah
I don't
Fawcett,
think.
the original Charlie's Angels. She was the poster girl from the 80s, I believe. If you ever saw a picture of her, yeah, but every teenage guy had a picture of Farrah Fawcett on the
Oh
wall.
boy.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Interesting.
she was an absolutely stunning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was an absolutely stunning woman.
Yeah. Considering how we felt about
There's
some Nickelodeon stars, you know, that's
well,
like
this woman,
you
she
know.
was in Charlie's Angel. This is her.
Let's see. Oh wait, I think I've seen a picture like that before. Oh, that looks
Okay.
familiar.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
her and I played her. I played her husband in a miniseries
Oh,
Oh.
way back when,
yeah.
and she she was just the greatest woman to work with. So much fun, and she passed away as well. But
Ooh.
it was like one of these, my childhood, one of my idol, or from my younger years, one of my idols. When I loved watching Charlie's Angels,
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Oh yeah, Farrah Fawcett. Yeah.
actually meet her as a media event. And it was one of my first major roles in a miniseries. Well, no, I done a few roles. I had one
Mm-hmm.
lead role in The Fly too, but
Yeah.
like a big major role with a major film star, and I was a bit blown away by her. But then when we started working together, I found like we click, and we just had the best time for 3 months. And
Wow.
the director loved us, so
Oh, that
I
is.
it was just it was wonderful. Yeah, and that's what it's like. Sometimes, they say never meet your idols because you'll be grossly disappointed. Well,
Oh,
I met
yeah.
her and I thought she was wonderful, but I've met some others who I didn't like too much.
That's life. Yeah, yeah, sometimes it's the same thing on here. I have
Yeah,
favorites that I've interviewed and I don't have favorites, but
yeah. Well, it goes like that. It's quite funny. I remember I was sitting on a park bench with a fellow named Liam Neeson. You remember this guy, Liam Neeson?
Yeah, Liam Neeson. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know him.
Yeah.
I did one of his first movies in America years and years ago about something in bondage, hostage in bondage, or something. I can't remember the name of the title, but he was a lovely guy. We're sitting there talking, and he was. We were having a cigarette, and because I used to smoke back then, and
Hmm.
Yeah.
so I said, "So
Oh,
what are you doing?
Taken.
So how you
Taken.
like it, huh?"
It's the movie Taken.
Yeah, Taken. That's the same guy, but I didn't do that movie. Anyway, so we're sitting there, and I said, "So how do you like Vancouver?" He said, "I'm loving it. I'm liking this Vancouver. It's pretty good. It's very nice." So where are you off to? What are you doing after this? He says, "Well,
Wow.
I'm going down to LA. I'm going to meet this Steven Spielberg fella." And I said, "Really? You're going to meet Steven Spielberg?" He goes, "Yeah. Do you want me to do a movie down there?" And I said, "What's the movie?" And the movie was called uh, something Man, Mega Man, Demon Man.
Something. Yeah,
It
it was
was
man something.
gosh,
Oh,
it'll
I don't
come to
know.
me.
That'll
But it was
come.
his first American feature.
The
Yeah.
Martian. The
Huh?
Martian.
Yeah, the guy who had the mask on.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell was it called? I can't remember.
Oh,
But
Dark
that he was
Man.
going down
Dark
to do
Man.
the Dark Man. Was that it? That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his first American feature, I think.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think. But wow. I mean, hey, that's pretty cool. I know a few of
No, I
Steven
know.
Spielberg stuff. So
And I just thought it was just a nice, there was a guy who I really, really liked who was a very nice and pleasant person to hang out with and chat with, and became a mega superstar.
Of
I was
course.
sitting with my wife last night. We were watching this series on Netflix called Dairy Girls. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Gary, I think I've heard
No,
of it. I haven't
It's the
watched it
Irish
myself.
schoolgirls.
I have not heard of it.
No, I don't think I've heard of it. But
Well, anyway, it's a sitcom from Northern Ireland,
yeah.
and I'm watching it. And who shows up in one little scene was Liam Neeson. I just thought, oh, that's pretty cool. So he did that. I've got to feel. Oh, there you go. Something came on, and
Yeah,
That's okay.
that's okay.
no, that it wasn't. You disappeared there for a moment.
Oh.
And something came up using hand gestures or something.
Oh,
I don't know. But anyway, so where do you guys all live?
Okay.
I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I'm a Canadian.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm from South Carolina, USA, which is yeah, I'm
Oh,
from
well,
there. I live between I live near the state line. So, yeah, I live
yeah.
a half hour near the state line in North Carolina. So, yeah, I'm there, and Martin's from.
Niagara Falls, New York.
Oh, Niagara Falls. Nice.
Yeah.
So we're
Place I've
all.
never been. But there where you are, in South Carolina, I think I did my first convention there.
Oh,
Or,
wow. Where
Oh,
where
that's
where was
great.
it?
Charlotte,
Where
was
was
it
it?
Charlotte or Raleigh?
Char-
No,
Char- well, Charlotte's in North Carolina. Charlotte and Raleigh, they're both in North Carolina, but I do
no,
live near
the
Charlotte.
Raleigh.
So yeah, Raleigh, North Carolina. I've been there.
Yeah.
It's been years since I've been there. I haven't. I've only been there since I was very little.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm in the Rock Hill area, so I'm about a half hour near Charlotte. Yeah,
oh,
that
Joe,
was
you're very close.
yeah, but I was in
In Winnipeg,
I was
Yep, Winnipeg.
I shot a movie there called Cowboys and Indians.
No way.
It was about an Indian chief, true story about an Indian chief who got shot and killed by the police in Winnipeg.
oh
And Adam Beach was in it, and me, and Eric Schweig, and can't remember. It was a great movie. True story.
Mm, I think my
About
dad's heard of that movie. So
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I played the chief of was it the chief of police? Was it the chief of, no, I wasn't the chief of police. I was the lead detective investigating the murder of uh, the lead character, who played by Adam Beach. And
cool.
yeah, we shot there one winter. It was
Yeah.
so cold.
Oh, trust me, you have to be real Canadian if you can stand the -40 weather here. It is
Oh,
ridiculous
I've been
how
there.
cold it gets here.
yeah.
Been there. No, the best one. I had a crew shirt. Was doing a movie called Beyond Deadly Betrayal or something. It was in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh,
Yeah.
The crew shirt said in on Mars, the temperature was -46.
Yeah, that was when.
Or in Regina, the temperature where we were with the wind chill was -54.
Yeah, that was when Canada broke the world record of
Yeah.
being colder than the planet Mars.
I've never been so cold in my life. But anyway, it says on the T-shirt, it says, in Regina, we made a movie. On Mars, the rover failed. But I remember, but you have no idea because you
Oh
live
my
you
god.
live down south. But it was
Yeah.
so cold that I took a cup of coffee and I threw it up in the air,
Oh.
and it froze before it hit the ground.
Yes, that's pretty.
I've never seen
How
anything
cold it
like
can
it.
get over here.
Oh my god.
The
That's
tires on
hilarious.
the cars in the morning would be flat, and you have to drive for a minute to get the car to warm up the tires so that the air would expand in them.
Yep.
It was like that was the coldest. I've never been so cold, and that was the Try to Remember. That's what it was
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
And we and I wore I have this army issue parka that's good for -50. and it's the only time I've ever worn it was there. Because if I try to wear it in the winter here, it's too hot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was just too hot. But there it was just perfect. I've never experienced cold like that before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I never want to experience it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
trust
no,
me.
I had cold up in Whitehorse. I was up in Whitehorse doing the games, the Commonwealth Games, and it was like minus 30, minus 40 around there. It was pretty cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get used to it, it's a dry cold, as they say.
Oh, trust me. First time I was in Winnipeg, couldn't handle the cold, and you have to be ready for that.
That's
Yeah.
it. Once you're dressed for it, it's okay.
Mhm.
I'm always here in South Carolina, and sometimes it's weird weather. So sometimes it's too hot or sometimes it's too cold. So, but yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm gonna go on ahead and so this is the time where we ask fan questions, and I'm gonna be honest. Usually we have one, but today people have asked questions this episode for you, Gary. I made the
Okay, go
announcement on
ahead. Knock it away.
YouTube, and thank you guys for answering fan questions. You guys answered. So thank you guys so much. And so we have a few on YouTube and a few on Instagram. So we're gonna knock them out. And so this person, for our first question, goes by this person. His name is Sodor Island Films, Sodor Island Film Studio. And
Yeah,
and he knows who you are. And thank you for your
yeah.
question. And he wants to know, well, what was your favorite character to voice in general? Like, do you have a favorite character? Like maybe
Yes, I've got several. Um, my all-time favorite characters was Optimus Prime from Transformers,
Yeah.
Grounder
Yes.
from Sonic the Hedgehog,
Mm-hmm.
the 1, 2, 3 Penguins hamster, Metalhead from GI Joe,
Okay.
Wow.
King Hippo from Captain N, and
Mm.
those were in my top 10.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite characters. Also Slash and Hack and Slash and Reboot, a show called Reboot.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Those are my top lists. I can't really pick one specific character because a lot of the characters that I've done in the past are delightful.
Yeah.
There's some that stick out in my head as being memorable, like Optimus Prime, because he has a lot of depth to him.
Yeah.
A character named Femur, because he was so evil, but funny, comical. Um, 3, 2, 1 Penguins, because of the duality of the character.
Mm-hmm.
He was quite
Mhm.
he was a bumbling bad guy.
And I've talked to a few people from that show as well, the behind the scenes people. Like I talked to a writer and I talked to a designer from the show. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and I like Dr. Robotnik. He was quite fun.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, who doesn't? If you're a gamer, who doesn't like him?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just like we always had only the finest lubricants, you know.
That's
But,
funny. Yeah, some of my favorites from you are, of course, Roll the Sonic and 3, 2, 1 Penguins. And oh my gosh, I forgot to mention this one. Of course, I used to watch Scary Godmother every Halloween when I was little.
oh, and Harry,
Yeah, you
Harry the
played
werewolf.
Harry, and I think Bugaboo.
Bugaboo was the big bun. Yeah, I remember Bugaboo.
Yeah.
But Harry was the scary godmother. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm so hungry and I really, really want something to eat and I
Oh
just can't
yeah.
find it. Remember that I really like Scary
Oh,
Godmother. She was
Yeah.
wonderful, Tabitha.
Yeah, Tabitha. Yeah, Tabitha's a good one. She's a good actress too. I've seen her in Martha
Yeah.
Speak. I watched her on Martha Speaks as well,
Martha Speaks, yeah.
as I think did Michelle Creeber voice Alice like later on in there as well. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think she did. And I know them from the Pony. Of course, I know them all from the Ponies, which is massively famous between BC and LA. So
My Little Pony.
Yes, My Little Pony.
Yeah, I
My
played a couple of characters on that show.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, hey,
I
I mean, hey.
play. I play Prince Rutherford,
hmm
Hey.
who goes, "Time for stopping. Meow like little ponies."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did
I
that,
remember
and
that.
Diamond Dogs was the other one
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
on My Little Pony.
And
Yeah, I remember doing that show. It was fun, that show.
yeah.
I
Mhm.
love the cars. You know what's really funny is I have worked with the women on that show, the girls.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Worked on with them since they were little girls.
Oh,
Whoa.
So
Yeah.
wow.
I'm not
like
surprised about that.
what's her face? Wow,
Tara
just went
Strong.
right
Tara
ahead.
Strong.
Huh?
Tara Strong.
Not
Who
Tara
played?
Strong. There was Angela, and Ashley.
Oh, Ashlyn Ball. Claire Corlett. Well, Claire Corlett. She's Claire
Well, she
Corlett's.
played Applejack.
No. Michelle
Oh,
Creeber did. She was Sweetie Belle. Michelle
Oh
Creeper
yeah.
played Michelle Creeper played Apple Bloom, and I forget.
Michelle, I knew. So funny. I worked with her dad
Yeah,
back in the '70s,
hey.
and then I grew up with I watched her grow up because he
yeah, and
worked with
then
her.
Claire was, of course, Sweetie
Great
Belle.
singer, Michelle.
Yeah, Claire was Sweetie Belle, of course, and she was also Michelle from 321 Penguins as well. So go figure about
Yeah,
that. She was the
yeah.
secondary voice.
Who
So
played Pinkie Pie?
Andrea Limbin, she was also.
And Andrea Libman. I remember when Andrea Libman was like 7 or 8 years old, and we were doing cartoons.
Wow,
She was a kid.
Wow.
Now she has kids of her own.
Mhm.
And
that's
it's so amazing
cool.
to watch them all grow up. And Michelle Creeber, watching her dad Michael is an amazing piano player, composer, and
Cool.
Mhm.
he's
Yeah,
recorded
cool.
albums with her. And
Yeah, cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite the world, and all of them. Tara, I met once in
hmm
Miami, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, in Miami.
Yeah.
and of course.
I don't know. I think she thought I was some kind of weirdo. She sort of. I just wanted. I said no. I'm here as a guest. I just wanted to say hello, see how because I've worked with you, but I've never met you face to face. Yeah, like that. And she just gave me the brush off, and I went, "Wow, that's a bit weird." But
Oh my gosh. And
and
of
then I
course,
saw her
well,
again
yeah,
at a My Little Pony convention
yeah,
in Las Vegas.
yeah. There's tons of those My Little Pony conventions. I mean, there's a big fan group of that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I don't go to them anymore.
yeah. And also, I know another voice actor. He's a guy. He's a guy actor. I don't know if you've worked with him for a long time too. He was also on 321 Penguins as well. Lee Toker. I know him as well. I've heard of him as well.
Lee Toker is one of my very good friends. We're
Oh,
almost neighbors. He lives up the road from me.
Oh, well, well. I think I've emailed him. Tell him you gotta come on here because you were here.
Yeah, no, Lee was I met Lee on his
Yeah.
very first cartoon show when he came and worked with us, and I can't remember the name of the show now. I think it was
Mm.
Oh my goodness, Lee Toker.
oh, just
Oh,
trying to think of what it was. But it was quite a long time ago, and he was quite intimidated. It seemed by working with all these people who were like well established, like Scott McNeil and all those
yeah,
people, and
yeah.
and I remember I was I put him exactly at ease. We were great friends, and we still are. And he said, "And you always killed me." And I said, "What?" He says, "Because I would do this to him while we were in the studio because we were recording."
mhm.
And while he was doing his voice, I would go like, "You can't see it, but I would do this." I would go.
my god, that's funny, bro.
and not move. And he'd go, what? What?
Oh my
And our
god.
director, Paul Quinn, he was sitting in the studio and go, leave him alone. Just leave him alone. I said, I'm not doing it. Why is he laughing? I don't know. Maybe he's just nervous. But no, we had a lot of fun. But I've worked with so many times,
Oh my god.
and he was very good for me because I don't know if you know that I had cancer this year.
Oh yes, I did. I did see that. I did.
Yeah,
Leukemia. I had an old
I'm
pastor
so
friend that died. I
sorry.
had an old pastor
yeah,
friend that died from that.
almost died in December. Didn't though. I didn't die. So,
Thank God. Thanks the
but
Lord you're alive.
I
Praise
just
God.
finished all my chemo a few months ago, and
That's awesome.
now apparently it's all gone. So I'm back
Praise
to
the Lord
full
for
health.
that.
But yeah, but Lee was
Amen.
there for me, not it, and we'd chat and go out and have some dinner and have some good laughs and some great long conversations. Yeah, Lee is a very good guy. You'd like him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah. I
very
mean,
funny.
if you tell, I mean, tell, I mean, he said he wanted to know more about it. I did. I texted his agent at once, and he wanted to know more about it.
Yeah.
So we'll let
Well,
him
I'll
know
let
you
him
were on.
know.
Yeah, let him know you were on the show, and let him
I
know.
will, sure.
Yeah, let him know
Yeah.
because he's also been in Puka as well, and I remember Puka. That was a good show, and
Which one?
Puka. There was a show called Puka there. That was
Oh
there.
yeah.
Puka. I don't know if you were in Puka at all,
No.
and of course he's Dr. Vigil, of course, so I know him
Yeah.
for that, and you know, but
Oh, Lee is a great guy, man of many voices, and
mhm,
great fun. Yeah, I
yeah,
quite like Lee a
hmm
lot.
and
Uh,
also, yeah, also we need to just get through these fan questions. Also, another person, the Seradian, I don't know how to spell it, the Seradian A0. He had a question, and beside, I don't know. Now we've already kind of touched on this because he mentioned Dragon Tales and Mungus, but he wanted to know what was it like working on Dragon Tales, and I'm gonna ask, did you play any other character besides Mungus on there?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think I might have done, small incidental characters, but Mungus is the one I really remember, and I always remember having a joyful time in there with the kids, with Kathy West, or not Kathy West, like Kathleen Barr and a few other people. The studio was it was a delightful show to work on because it was fun. It was just fun, and it had a great message. I really liked the message of the show, and I liked the
Yeah,
that it,
the
instilling
music.
the values of friendship and all that,
Mhm.
and I enjoyed it. That's why I liked it, and I especially enjoyed my character because he was a dragon, but he was a likable dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, and then also another one, Martian Girl, Martian Girl, aka Maisie, who's a good friend of mine, has a question, and
Yeah.
she wants to know what has inspired you to do voice acting, and I think we did that early. We touched on that a bit earlier. If you want to,
Yeah.
sum up her question a
Well,
bit.
I can expound on that. What inspired me more than anything was when I went to do Hiawatha, it was my first cartoon, and ended up getting several characters. I'd never tried the show before. I'd never tried animation before, and I was fascinated by the process because I would be doing the at that time I was doing solo in the studio, and I loved the process. And then they had me doing this thing called loops, and in those days they did this old-fashioned way of doing loops where
Hmm.
they would take a loop of film and put it through a projector, and when the two lines came together, you'd start talking, and that's what they call. And I thought this was an amazing process, and of course the paycheck was fine too. And so I thought, I want to do more of this. This is a lot of fun, and it was a talent I didn't know that I even had. So so that's what inspired me to do it. Also, if you want to go way back, I was a bit of a class clown, so that
Oh boy, though.
you know, I would get in trouble. I got in trouble for,
Oh boy.
I think it was one time at school I imitated the voice of, I guess if I can get the voice right. I imitated the voice of the vice principal of the high school and told everyone to go home because we're only doing a half day. And so people started going home, and teacher heard it. I got in trouble.
No.
Oh no!
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
big trouble.
bro! I would have loved that. I would have
Yeah.
loved that. Like we could have just gone home and like.
Yeah, but they didn't.
I would have
Thank
thought
God.
you'd
The
be cool. I would
teacher
have thought
came-
you'd be cool.
No, came on the, you know, the tannoy, the
The
PA
intercom.
system throughout the school.
Intercom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny.
I would have liked
And,
you. I would have liked you. I would have. You would have been like the best person on the
Same
planet.
here. I'd be like, see ya.
Yeah, so I just love doing it. I love playing. Well, also a singer. I've been a singer for all my life. And
Cool.
one of the great assets for cartoons is being a singer because you can change the range of your voice and you know where it goes
Yeah.
and finding the right tones and so on. And so it just was one thing I always wanted to do because I've always loved watching cartoons and mimicking the Bubble Louie. Remember Quick Draw McGraw? I don't know if you ever remember Quick
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
Remember that? That was
Oh, yeah.
Huckleberry Hound.
Oh yeah, Uncle Barry. Maybe I don't. Oh my god.
Well, they were all the old cartoons from
Yes.
Snagglepuss and Huckleberry Hound, Quick Draw McGraw, Mighty Mouse. Here I come to save the day.
Oh my god. Yeah. Those
I
shit.
loved all those things, and I loved playing with the voices. And one of my favorite characters back then to watch was a character named Precious. Precious was a dog who loved dog biscuits, and he would grab a biscuit, but he was a bit of a bad boy, and he'd go.
Oh my god, those boys, that voice, yeah.
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 And he would just float in the air for a little bit. Precious, he was, and I found I could do him. I could do different characters, and it was sort of paved the way for the future. Here's one for you. I did a cartoon special with Billy West. I don't know if you know who he is.
Oh yeah, I know Billy West. Yeah.
Billy
I've heard of
West
him.
from Futurama.
Yes, I've heard of him. Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes, I've heard of him.
Actually,
He's
speaking of
fried.
Billy West, a friend of mine got me an autograph from Billy West when he went to Comic-Con last time. He played Zoidberg, and he got me an autograph from him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Billy and I did a cartoon called Pappy's Christmas, and it was of Popeye and Bluto and olive oil. And
Oh wow!
Billy played Popeye. You can find it. It's called Pappy's Christmas, Christmas special. And Billy West played Popeye. And I played Bluto or Brutus. Who's like, so want to make a monkey out of me, Popeye? And Tabitha played Olive Oil. Oh my, you know. Oh, Popeye. But the funny thing was with that is they didn't believe that the voice that I did was the right voice. I said no, it was a Yankee, a New York Yankee black man. They said it wasn't a black man, and he says, "I'm telling you, he's a black man." And when I did the voice, and then they heard the reference of this guy playing Bluto, and he sounded like this. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you up, Popeye. I'm gonna beat you up like this," and flipped out about it. And because I did the accent, because it's an accent that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It was a Yankee, northern black accent from New York, and it didn't exist anymore. And the guy who did Bluto on the old Popeye cartoons, if you ever see any of them, he was a contract singer for Paramount. I think he was a contract singer for Paramount. He was a bass singer, bass baritone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he played the voice of Bluto back then.
Cool.
Nice.
The things you learn.
Yeah, the things you do learn. Okay, and so this another one from YouTube, Nicholas M. Deveskridge. I don't know how to spell his name, but last name, but
Show it to me.
Nicholas. He said, "What's your favorite line from Grounder from the series?"
Oh, my favorite line from Grounder is, "I'm not stupid. I just lost my head for a moment."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that line. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Wow. And and yeah, I mean, and also this is actually a one from I'm now going on to Instagram, and actually one of my friends DM'd me this question. Actually, his name is Wyatt McCullough. He actually used to be a co-host for the show. Now he's like an executive producer now.
Mhm.
So he actually mentioned this. He said he actually mentioned you because you did some things for Scooby Doo. You played some parts of the live action Scooby Doo movie, such as Scooby Doo: The Mystery Begins. And so, how was that like playing
I
with the
played
principal?
Vice Principal Grimes.
Yes.
No way, you did not.
Yeah.
I was the principal from the high school, and going to Scooby and all the kids from the mystery van and that. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was, and I think Robbie Amell was in the movie as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The brother, Stephen Amell's brother.
what I was just gonna say when we talked before, saying he said you were in that movie, I'm like, you sounded like Vice Principal Grimes, but I'm like, I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if that
I
was
was Vice
you.
Principal Grimes, and I know that you rotten kids are up to something. And this dog has got to go.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah, Scooby Doo. Oh my God, Scooby Doo. I mean, it's a classic. It's just classic. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't? I mean, I'm not massive, but at least who doesn't get some nostalgic kick out of it?
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And I'm telling you what, when we were doing the animation to animate the dog into the movie, I held the basically a puppet of the dog of Scoob,
Oh no way.
and the thing
Wow.
weighed a ton, and I'm holding it like this and going, "I'm gonna get you, kids. I'm gonna get you." And just, ruh-roh,
That's pretty.
ruh-roh.
Oh boy, that's pretty funny. That's funny. And
Oh, that's
also,
funny.
yeah, also our last set of questions, oh my goodness, come from like Tori Benson, but we already covered some of the things that the other fans have said. Like two of them were like, what inspired you to be a voice actor? And then another one was your favorite characters, and you had many. So I'm just gonna go for her third question. She wants to know finally, what do you like best about voice acting, or like, acting in general?
Well, that's the hard one because each one has its own attraction and its own. I love being live on stage because I love the immediate reaction and the organic connection between me and the audience. And I've done that, because I'm a singer and I'm singing a band and everything, and I
Yeah.
love that. And that's really a lot of fun. And theater allows me to, explore the character from one to another, and you have weeks to do it. I love the technical aspect of filmmaking. I love how the entire organic process of making a movie is fascinating to me. That it looks like chaos, but every single person on the set has a specific job that they do, and when they do it properly, it's like a well-oiled machine. And I love the intimacy of the camera. You can't lie to the camera
Mhm.
Yeah.
because the camera sees everything. And I used to hate watching myself on TV or on the screen because I'd go lie, 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 lie. Even though it's not, it's just, but I know what's going on inside my head. And I know that I am playing a character. I'm not, but now, in the last, well, I guess, last decade, now I can watch a movie and go, oh yeah, I believe that. That's good. No, that's good. I'm liking it. Of my own performance, and it's because you're your own worst critic.
Yeah.
As far as film work goes, and I love that you have to be that character because people will be able to see any flaw. And that's why when you watch a movie, you go, oh, that sucked. I don't
Yeah.
believe it. And that's why, because you don't believe them, right?
Hmm.
But when you believe, when you go, how many characters do you watch? I can't see anyone else doing that character. That's a true testament. Like for me, it's Gary Oldman. I just love him. I just think he's the most amazing actor I've seen in
Yeah.
a long time, and because of his virtuosity, his what do you call it? Not virtuosity, his flexibility, his all his different roles that he can play, and he's always in it. And I always aspired to be like that,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
try to be like that as much as I can. And I guess it works because I've done lots and lots of films in the last 40 years. So, and animation, the thing I love about animation is you can let your imagination run wild, and you get to create. To my mind, the purest form of acting because you have to create everything. You have to create the um the physical. Sorry, I'm just. Oh, there you go.
It's
You have to
okay.
create the physical, emotional, intellectual intent of the character because they draw around your voice. They don't wait for you. They don't draw and then you record.
Yeah.
You record and then they what they hear. You know. So you have to know, your emotional intent, what it means, your intellectual, why are you saying these things and who you're saying it to, and the geographical is how far away are you and what kind of physical actions are you doing, and you have to do that with your voice so you can move your arms or tense up or do whatever it is or jump and land for different characters because you're as long as your head is on the microphone, your body can do anything that you want because you're not moving anywhere. You're just
Yeah.
looking into that microphone and bringing the script to life, lifting those words off the page and making them their own and making them
Yes.
believe right away. And
Yeah.
to me, that's just like it's the ultimate magic. It's great fun. And when you see the final product, you go, I did that.
Yeah.
And you
That's
go, it's like it's just fun. It's fun to do and fun to watch. And when you're in the studio with a bunch of other people, it's like you're doing ensemble playing. So you get to feed off of each other
hmm
and you're listening and listening. Like the last show I did, there was sorry, I'm getting tired.
yeah.
Um, on the last show I did, it was only me in the studio. I never worked with anybody else in the studio. So I imagine what they're saying and what their vocal intent
hmm
was. So I would do it a couple of different ways and picture the movie in my head. And it seemed to work. And you'll see because I'm basically working by myself in a studio instead of ensemble. But if you watch this cartoon called Monster Loving Maniacs, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube, and it's very fun. And that's the other thing I like, is to be able to bring a character to life just using your voice.
Yeah, of course.
It's really something.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, guys, thank you guys for all your fan questions. Guys, this was incredible. Guys, this has been incredible. And you had some pretty good stories here today too, Gary. I gotta
Yeah.
say, I don't know if we do get voice actors that sometimes we get them and they don't talk as long, and sometimes, but we've had some very good conversations with voice actors like this, and I got to say, this is definitely has been one that will probably impact a lot of people by listening to this today.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Well, you know
so
what?
yeah, we
I
do
did
got.
kiss the Blarney Stone when I was in Ireland.
Oh boy.
So they say that if you kiss the Blarney Stone in Ireland, you'll have the gift of the gab.
Yeah, hey, yeah. I mean, that's usually how it goes. I mean, that's something that's a life lesson, and But we're going to go on ahead, and we're going to ask the final bit of the questions here. I don't know if anybody has any more questions before I get towards them. If you guys have any final questions for like Gary before I get to the final little bit of questions.
Yeah, because I got to get going
Yeah.
soon.
I think all I'll say is that it was really great to meet you. Like, honestly, knowing some of the stuff you worked on, I think it's just, you're really amazing. I love your work. You're incredible. And
Well,
you
thank
really
you
made
very
my
much.
childhood.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you so
same
much.
here. Listening to the music of 321 Penguins, especially, has been a childhood of mine. And just, I would, like, for a while, I didn't go to church. And so I would watch 321 Penguins for religious, to get my religious things on Cubo. And it would show, and around that time, they were showing reruns of it. So I still
Yeah.
watched it years prior to that. So, I still watch the TV years prior to that. So, anyway, but we're gonna go on ahead and get to the last little bit. So, can you say anything that you're working on now? I know you said you've had a show. So,
Yeah. Martin, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Gary.
Hope you have a wonderful day today, and lots of fun. It's nice meeting you all, and I
Thank you.
hope you have many more exciting guests to come.
I'm trying to get to I'm trying to get to the last three questions a bit. So this is the last three. So
Okay, well, go quick now. If you
yeah,
got
yeah.
questions.
Okay. Yeah, I just said. Can you explain anything else that you're working on?
Right now, I'm still working Monster Loving Maniacs. I'm on a bit of a hiatus right at the end of the month. But
Okay.
I've got, like 50 more episodes or something to do, or no,
Okay.
40 more episodes to do. And
Okay.
Yeah, and
if you want to watch, you can watch it on
yeah.
YouTube. It's very,
Yeah.
very
Okay.
Yeah, and also, and if anybody wants to, voice act, or, what can they do? What can they do? If you, you have any?
well. I would say if you want to be a voice actor, first be a singer. Learn how to sing, and don't be afraid to sing. Because we all have that capacity. A lot of people, when they hear themselves on tape, they go, "Oh my God, I sound horrible." But you actually don't sound horrible. You sound okay. And use your voice. Listen to what voices are out there. The style. Put yourself on tape so that you get used to listening to your own voice on tape. Also, don't edit yourself. A lot of people go, "No, that's stupid."
Yes.
So they don't. No, that's stupid. No, do everything. It's best to fall out of a tree than getting pulled out of a mud. So it's you can go wherever you want to go up here, because if someone doesn't like it, they say, okay, bring it down. But if you start way down at the bottom, it's really hard to bring you up.
Mhm.
So that's why I say fall out of a tree or get stuck in the mud. That's the way. Practice with your different voices. Explore where you are, because we all have a lot of voices in our head. But one that goes
Yes.
to the top of your head, and it's very iron. Then you take that from the top of your head bring it to your eyes. Take it from your eyes, take that, and then put it into your nose. Then when you're talking to the nose, then front of your mouth, then the middle of your mouth, the back of your throat, down into your chest. Now you can add a little bit of gravel to it. So you can go from here into your throat, to the middle of your mouth, to the front of your mouth, into your nose, your eyes, and the top of your head. So you have all these different voices, but they're all within your vocal range.
All right.
It's just where you place the voice.
Yes.
And then you can add, different kinds of impediments like that, or breathing problems, or stutter, or you can use an accent if you like.
Yes.
You can try different kinds of things. Roll it all up, and there you go. And that's how you and then you put all those voices. I'm going fast as I can. You put all the voices onto a demo tape. You take that demo tape, farm it out. There's voice 1, 2, 3. There's voice bank. Various agents in Los Angeles and places like that. Send them out, see what they think. But before you send it out, you trust to listen to the voices and think, do I believe these voices? Are these good voices? And if they are, then send them out. Because you are your own worst critic, and you'll have problems if you listen to it yourself and you go, I hate that. Well, it could be good, but because you hate it, it's not good. That's not the way it is. Somebody else to listen to it and judge it before you make it. Now these days, because you have GarageBand and Cubase and all these things, you have these recordings that you can do what used to be really difficult. Now is very easy on your computer.
Yeah.
And all you need is a microphone interface or audio interface. Go to the microphone, and then you can play with it. Do whatever you want.
Just like this.
On that. Like I do all my demos on GarageBand on Mac. I do all my are all done there. It works very well. So
yeah. And then, just 2 more questions, and I'll just say, if people want to find you, where can they connect with you? If they want to connect with you.
Yeah.
Where can people connect?
Well, you can find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Threads. I'm on everything.
All right. Well, that's good. And also, here comes the final question, and we ask all our guests this. So, as you know, this is Entertainment Treasure Talk with me, Samuel Warwick, and of course, and we like to ask people, what is something that is entertainment treasure to you? Like, if it's a show, a movie, a video game, a song, anything at all, or just a person, what's entertainment treasure to you?
Okay.
Like,
My
what's your favorite thing from pop culture?
movie, a movie that I can watch over and over and over again, is The Fifth Element.
Oh, The Fifth Element. I've heard of that. I don't think I've seen it, but I've
You've
heard
never
of that.
seen it?
No, I've never seen it either.
What? What?
Check it out.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to
Bruce
check it out.
Willis, Gary Oldman. There's Bruce Willis, Gary Oldman. Who else is in there? Chris Tucker. Oh, it's a fabulous movie. It's about the Supreme Being, played by Lolita Davidovich, or not Davidovich. What's her name? From the zombie movies, Resident Evil movies.
Okay.
That the woman who plays the lead character.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she plays the Supreme Being in it. It is like it's an amazing movie. I never get tired of watching it. It's just so good.
Yeah, that's something I'll definitely have to check out because, I might have seen clips and trailers, but I don't think I've sat down and watched the whole movie. So that's
Oh, it's
something I'm gonna have
fantastic.
to.
It's so funny.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much. I'm just going to say one more thing. Thank you for giving me all these voices over the years, Gary. I really I love them. You have been around me for, man, I don't even know, for probably gosh knows how long, you know?
Yeah.
I've been watching you since I was very little and watching, all these people. I got to just tell them that. And, just, I can't wait to tell them that, if we can get them on. And, yeah, Gary, but just thank you for being on here today. This was a blast. And,
My pleasure entirely.
all right.
Well, look at guys, I've got to get
All
going.
right,
So
go
you
ahead.
guys have a
Of
wonderful day.
course.
You too. We'll go on ahead and we'll
And
end this without you. We'll go on ahead and end this without you. We'll go ahead and we'll
all
let you
right.
go on with the rest of your day. You have a great rest of your
Okay.
day. I will let you know when this goes out. And thank you, Gary, for joining us today.
My pleasure. See ya.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys.
Right.
All right. Well, that was cool, guys. How was that?
That was awesome.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I gotta say, he's had some pretty neat voices. It's nice that we're able to just chat with so many people around the industry. It's the thing is, I just said, we grew up watching these guys, and we had no idea we were going to able to be in contact with these guys to this day. This is that back then when you're watching these shows, I'm like, man, I want to meet these people. How do they do it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You hear these, and they're like, you hear them, and they're like, wow, this is incredible. I want to meet some people from television. I want to talk to them, and it's really cool. So yeah, but anyway, we had a great conversation today with Gary Chalk, and this is a goodbye from us as well. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Entertainment Treasure Talk. We got 4 more to go. I don't know who's coming in, but we do have some exciting guests probably possibly coming. So just be on the lookout for more episodes and then more stuff with questions when it comes up. And of course, from here at the Entertainment Treasure Talk, I am Samuel Warwick, co-host and head of production here with my 2 co-hosts Kiana and Martin. And anyway, we will see you guys in the next episode of this podcast, Entertainment Treasure Talk. We'll see you until then. We will see you guys then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hey.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Entertainment Treasure Talk. We hope that you had fun and that you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, maybe you'd like to watch or hear more episodes of the show. The link to the playlist is in the description. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more upcoming episodes. And don't forget that you're awesome and that you too are filled with entertainment treasure. See you next time for another great episode of the podcast. Peace out.